This is probably why I should do a 2 PC setup.
That should have been your first solution.
Hey, I was able to manage this for that long and be efficient.
You made how many computers for all your kids?
Yes.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Because then you'd have less chance to have this issue.
Actually, I should probably do that.
Yeah, you should.
But the problem is that now if I do use any of their computers, I'd have to upgrade their GPUs because they're all AMDs and they don't accelerate streaming. They don't encode streaming efficiently. And also that means that they can't use it while I'm streaming off one of them. The good thing though is that they're all wired. They're not wireless. There's no Wi-Fi for them. So they all have Cat 6 and I'm pretty sure I can do it, but I would have to figure that shit out. Just to be able to repeat it. All right. Take a look. There's so much stuff I want to do, but it's a fucking nightmare right now. All right, you want to see how this plays then, Clay?
Yeah, are we
let's jump in. Yeah, let's jump into something while people are jumping into the chat and just see how this does because
Xbox Game Pass crossplay games are always a mystery.
Yeah. this is
Will
like
it work? Won't it work? Yeah.
Yeah. So as we get more people in the chats, let us know. Let us know that you're in here.
Please.
But yeah, we're gonna be playing. I don't even know how to pronounce this.
The Anacrusis.
Crucis.
The Anacrusis.
All right, let's see how it goes. So Clay's on Series X. I'm on PC. Pegged at 99% CPU utilization with streaming and all these other cameras. And then we're gonna play crossplay and see how that goes.
All right, starting game.
All
Let's do this. Technically, if anybody else has the game on Game Pass, Xbox or PC, they can jump into our party with us right now.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to play,
we can give you the party code and you can just jump.
Oh, we're joining up with plebs.
We've already got Elite Bear and Moose Daddy as well, whoever these people are.
What, 70s theme and a futuristic what the fuck?
It's like 70s or 60s to 70s, but we're on a space cruise ship and then aliens attack.
And it almost feels like an Atari logo, but not quite.
So starting, you have your pistol, right?
Uh-huh.
Your starting room here is all the guns. So like you have your SMGs on one side and you've got your shotguns on the other side.
Oh God.
And charge weapon is just your reload because everything's like an energy based weapon. Yeah. So like shotgun.
Definitely old Star Trek feel to it as well.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah, and then find whatever button for your pulse, which is this.
Hey, what's up, Yogensha?
Hey, Yogensha.
Hey, Yogensha.
But yeah,
Yogensha says wieners.
Stick together and let's do this.
Wiener, puppy wiener. But yeah, also like I said, there is a button you're going to want to identify for what's called pulse. Pulse is like you're kind of like a melee attack. It like throws things away from you.
Like left shift is pulse for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Aliens are ugly looking.
It seems like some of them don't even aggro properly.
Yeah. Like I said, so this game released yesterday. By the way, this little station here, if you haven't done it yet, this guy here, it's called the whatever, this little thingy here.
Yeah.
Can you interact with this thing? We are not sponsored, you against it. We're just playing because it.
We're just playing.
Yep.
What I was going to say is, so this released in technical preview. So this is the beta, but this released yesterday on Game Pass. So I figured, along with Back 4 Blood, we can also play another Left 4 Dead-like game.
The co-op FPS clones, I guess.
Yeah,
Mhm.
which there are many of. And there's even more coming out.
Ah!
So, speaking of,
I'm healing.
Joe, we're going to be kind of doing double duty on this. Like, we're playing this game and we're talking about game news, right?
Yes.
So,
I mean, we can get away with the game releases real quick because
I was going to say, new releases, we can talk about one right off the bat that ties directly into this. And that is, next week is Rainbow Six Extraction.
Yeah, Rainbow Six Extraction. We were talking about it, and you stated that it looks like it's gonna be like a Hive Busters, like a Gears of War Hive Busters game, right?
If you've played Gears 5 Hive Busters, that's that 3-player co-op where you go into a base, you set a bomb, and then you get out. I think Extraction is going to be you go into a base, you extract something, and then you get out. So it's probably going to be the same type of game. But from what I've seen so far, okay, like Left 4 Dead was great, right? Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, they're great. Back 4 Blood came out. The Anacrusis is now out. Extraction is coming out next week. It's like, I'm seeing a theme right now. Like, there's a lot of people on this, like, co-op train.
People want their Left 4 Dead.
Which, obviously, like, Left 4 Dead was a fantastic game. I don't believe
It's the pandemic.
Yeah.
Eat.
Just, it's like, I'm seeing a theme. There's a whole lot of
It's not bad though. It's not like it's like a bad theme, but it's definitely oversaturated and with a whole bunch of like freebies, right? Like, so you're gonna have a lot of options whether you had the money to play these games or not.
Yeah, I mean, oh, and also another one we talked about, which is Aliens Fireteam Elite, which is a 3-player Left 4 Dead game set in the Aliens universe.
Yo Genshin says Back 4 Blood is kind of poo, though.
Kind of poo, though. You know what? I don't mind it. Back 4 Blood, I wish it was a little more polished, but I do like the game. Back 4 Blood it's not a bad game. It's just, it doesn't give me the feelings like Left 4 Dead did.
Yeah.
Like
I think
Left 4
that's
Dead,
why it's
But
not
what do you think? What do you
getting
think
me.
that feeling was associated to? Just the campy dialogue and
presentation.
really?
Left 4 Dead's presentation to me was amazing, and that's why it was so good.
Do you think a lot of that was tied to the era instead of the game, or a lot of that is health booster?
Oh yeah, so health boosters are like permanent upgrades. Like that's your first aid kit. And then you have like a smaller one, which is like temporary like pills.
Oh shit!
Yo
Healing.
Genshin says he believes it was lack soul that was the biggest issue for him.
Like soul. Okay, I can see that.
Was that a tank?
Yeah, it's their version of a tank.
Ah.
It's demonic.
Yeah. Oh, and so just like a Left 4 Dead game, this has like special infected, like whatever they want to call them, special aliens or whatever. One of the ones that's actually really cool in this game that I experienced yesterday is called a flasher, and it's basically like a walking flash bomb.
Let's do this.
Like, it's just like a walking flash grenade. Like, you cannot see anything while it's on the screen.
That's terrible.
And I'm like, yeah, but it's clever though. It's like it isn't just.
It's clever, but it could have been utilized a little more. I guess.
I just thought it
don't
was-
know,
I
just seems like-
haven't experieed it yet, so when it comes
Yeah.
up, let me know. I guess I'll figure it out.
You'll know.
I think you'll experience it.
Yeah, you'll know. Trust me.
Explosive.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Down this way.
That is going all over the place. I swear to gosh.
But yeah, Rainbow Six Extraction comes out next week. If you, keeping on the train of these co-op shooter games, if you do want to play Aliens Fireteam Elite, I have that installed already. I've already done like all the levels on it.
I got it.
It's not a bad game. Yeah. Aliens Fireteam Elite, it's not a bad game. It's also, it needs a little more polish, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Hey, BK, how you doing?
Hey, what up,
Hey,
BK?
BK.
Oh God.
They're too distracted with the game. I'm the one watching the chats. So.
Yeah.
I don't even think
Yo,
that.
also says Left 4 Dead was 90% Valve's work, only 10% Turtle Rock. Meanwhile, Back 4 Blood is all Turtle Rock.
True. By the way, I don't really know where I'm going. I'm just kind of running.
Yeah. I'm just killing and shooting.
Boosting.
Shooting. I like the design though. I mean, it's really.
I like the look, right?
Yeah, it's really nice. You got a lot of futuristic curves here. It's definitely selling it. Behind you? Never mind, I got him. What the? I just don't know what all these little items are or how they help you.
So, oh God, somebody's down.
Where are they?
Flasher. See this
God,
giant light?
why the fuck is it so bright?
That's the point!
Oh man. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus.
No. Stay away.
Isn't that crazy how bright that gets?
Yeah, dude. Wow.
Spawner.
It looks like you're about to go into the sun.
There's a brute.
It's Mr. Nicholas. It was,
I will say something that we're experiencing right now. This game could be a
what
little
the
more,
heck?
like
Okay. Brute. Whatever the hell that thing is.
tank. Oh, I'm going down.
Help! I'm down.
I'm down.
Bro, real question. Are we on Be Live now?
We're on a lot of things.
Spawner.
Okay.
Are we on what?
Be Live. Hold on.
Watch out! Help! I'm down. No, you can't.
Got you,
be
boo.
Down now. Get up.
So, I will say something about this, and I experienced this yesterday also. It'd be nice to know where to go. like, I don't know where the exit is. I don't know where we're going.
Never get your cat used to expensive food. You will regret it. Oh, you'll get ya. I know that from experience.
It seems like one of our team members is trying to kill us.
Ew.
Come on.
Mouse
The guy
looks
was
like.
trying to kill us.
Mouse the lady. Like,
Oh God.
so.
Let's get you up.
Like, let me just finish the level. Die, will you? Like, you realize this is not how this game works, right?
Yeah, well,
Can you even down your teammates?
Hey, I'm down.
I don't
He
know.
downed me. I just downed him. So fuck it.
Flasher.
Have fun with aliens, dude. Oh, flasher. Boop.
Yeah.
Bro, that lighting. Holy shit.
Yeah, you're going into the sun.
My corneas.
Jeez. Flasher looks like an one of the enemies from Warframe.
We died in.
No.
This is what you get for playing with randoms, dude.
Yo, Genshin, if you wanna play? Why don't you get in?
You are more than welcome to join us.
Healing.
I don't have Game Pass, so I can't join. And plus, it would take me too long to download the game.
You are more than welcome. Anybody can join us. This is a public game. We can give you the party code.
Yeah, we're dead for sure.
I would say let's back out to the menu, Joe, and like maybe just play with bots so we don't have this dick trying to take us down the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool though. All
Yeah.
right, let's get through some quick game news for right now.
So after
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how we
Rainbow
still
Six
have no game
Extraction.
news.
Rainbow Six Extractions next week. Nobody Saves the World. Nobody Saves the World. Actually, this is the new game from they're called Drinkbox. This is the company that made the Guacamelee games.
Oh, that's cool.
Which
It looks like
Guacamelee 1
they're
and 2, if you play Guacamelee 1 and 2, those games are amazing. If you haven't played them, pick them up. They're awesome. They're usually on sale. They're both super fun, like Metroidvania games. They're awesome. This is a different type of game though. This is more of like a dungeon crawler game.
Yeah.
I normally don't go for these types of games myself, but because Drinkbox did such a darn good job with the Guacamelee series, I'm going to be trying this one out, and it's coming to Game Pass.
Oof. Game Pass
So
is
it's
just
like-
bringing the zingers over here, man.
Game Pass,
Mm.
it's like it's just one of the things where it's like, hey, can you slow down?
Yeah. Hey, I don't have enough time to play these games.
I can only play so many games. I know
So-
first world problems, but it's like, can you slow down on the Game
Yeah.
Pass?
I don't
So
know
I
if
can, like,
anybody
actually finish a
noticed.
game.
Do you, Clay, like, I get that level of anxiety
For what?
where when they get the notifications like leaving soon on Game Pass, and I'm just like, wait, I wasn't done with it.
I remember like it was like last month they said like Yakuza 0, 1, and 2 were leaving Game Pass, and I was like, I already own them on the PlayStation 4. I've already beaten all 3 games, but it's like I haven't gone through those again yet.
Let me go through my games.
Yeah.
It's like those are like 100-hour games. I don't have that time right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yogensha says, I think Extraction will have a very short life. Have a feeling. 100% agree. I'm not even looking forward to
actually
Rainbow
see
Six
that.
Extraction. I think it's going to be a terrible game because Ubisoft is on a roller coaster of bad games right now. Ubisoft is in the pooper right now, but because it's a co-op Game Pass game, if it wasn't on Game Pass, I would not be spending a cent on this game.
Right.
You
I would
wouldn't
have
even
GameFly'd
renting it.
like I would have rented it on GameFly, sure, just to try it out, just to be like, yeah, I played it. But because it's on Game Pass, there's no risk. It's like I'm eating the 40 gigs to download it. That's it. I do not think this game is going to last. I don't
There
think
are
it's
other
gonna
games
be,
more popular, and it's going to just completely take
yeah.
over.
I don't think it's going to last. I think it's going to be lost in the shuffle with all of these other, Back for Blood, Anacrusis, Aliens. It's like all of these are coming out all at the same time. I think this is just bad release timing. This game got delayed a few months ago, which I'm not saying that's a bad move, because if it was bad, then you should delay it. But I don't think this game is going to have anything behind it, because I think most people are still kind of over Ubisoft right now. And I'm
Yeah.
kind of still amazed, like Siege itself, like Rainbow Six Siege. I'm still amazed that has such a big following there.
To be honest with you, yeah, like I don't understand
esport.
why they have.
Yeah, that's
such
the
a
thing.
huge
Like
following.
it is an esport. It has a big following, and it's one of those things where it's like I just don't get it. But Extraction, I think people are going to play it for about a month or two, and then you're never going to see it again.
So, Extraction comes out January 20th, 2022.
Mhm.
And then we also have January 18th for Nobody Saves the World,
Mhm.
both on Steam and Xbox. You would think that this would come out on the Nintendo Switch as well, but
Nobody
who
Saves the
knows?
World. Yeah, you would think, and this could be just like a timed exclusive.
Yeah,
Because
it
it
seems
is coming to Game
perfect
Pass.
for handheld.
That's the thing, yeah. Like
Mhm.
I think this one will be coming out on like PlayStation and Switch as well. It's just maybe it'll be like next year or something.
Yeah, or maybe it'll be like one of those titles that is just like, hey, we have it on the Steam. What do you call that handheld? And it's exclusive, and
Steam
you
Deck.
can only get it on the Steam Deck because it's available on Steam. But yeah,
Yeah.
other than that, Windjammers
Windjammers, baby.
2.
I'm going to say this. Dyslexia kind of killed me just a second ago. I read that it's Warhammer 2.
Warhammer 2.
Yeah.
If you've ever played Windjammers 1, which is an old like Neo Geo or arcade game, it is so fun. It's a great little 2-player just versus game where it's like Pong with frisbees, right?
Yeah.
Like it's super fun. I remember when like Evo used to have side tournaments for Windjammers because people would get into this game like so crazy.
I've never heard of this, to be honest.
It's an older '90s arcade game.
Mm.
The original Windjammers was. This one is part 2. There was an open beta for it on the PS4 last year, and I played a little bit of it. It's a really fun game. This is being developed by Emu, who also did Streets of Rage 4. So they know what they're doing. The beta for it was great. It is Windjammers again, which there is nothing wrong with that because Windjammers is a great game. But yeah,
BK's asking you, since you're the resident Xbox fanboy, what is there any third-party Xbox 360 controllers that you liked?
No.
Just straight.
No.
Every third-party Xbox game controller
First party
was player 2. So I have a question then. Clay, did you not like the... Are you there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they disconnected. They probably have something. Alrighty. I'm still streaming, so must be them then. Is that you guys? I can't even hear you now. That's not good. Maybe I should quit the game real quick. Hold on. I can hear you both, but then it's not coming out anywhere on here. And I don't see you guys on Video Ninja, which is odd. Here, I'm going to reload this.
Mel, you can hear me, right?
I can hear you fine. There's like nothing wrong.
I can hear both of you now, but hold on. Voice? All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, that's weird. Like both of you were gone, but yet I was still streaming.
Yeah. I never
I
lost
don't
anything
know.
on my screen. I had you and
Same.
Mel in audio and video the whole time.
That's so weird. Well, again, we were pegging my machine for like 100% for like 30 minutes.
Mm.
All right. Well, either way, what were you saying about the game?
Oh, controllers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was the question. On the controller.
Yeah.
So I've always been a fan of like the controllers where they're either the LED like see-through ones from I think it was I can't remember that third party maker, but
Like Pelican or something like that.
no, it was something else. It was like an Arrow or something like that, and it was just you could just change the colors with just a combination. I still have one downstairs, but
Okay.
and then the other one was the one that you had, which was the fan one for your hands. And I thought that was the best, greatest invention ever, to be able to have fans on your hands for those of us who have sweaty hands, man, because sometimes it gets serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I did enjoy those, but Clay's just first party all the way.
I'm first party. I will say, okay, I have heard in the past other gamers I know who don't mind third party stuff. They support for controllers, and you'll get just talk about fight sticks here. For controllers, they like Scuff, SCUF. Scuff makes supposedly really high quality third party controllers. I've never used one myself, but they like them because you can also customize like back buttons,
Right.
kind of like what the Xbox Elite controller does. I always buy first party because you usually get the best quality. It's like I've living through the 80s and 90s of like Pelican and Mad Cats and all that garbage, it's like I don't bother with third-party controllers. I just like
I've
like, I
learned my
always-
lesson from the old original Xbox days. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
He likes having options for his consoles, and you just don't have another option for Xbox 360. You can't buy 360 controllers anymore. Like, I mean, granted, not new, but I mean, I would imagine there's still a used market for those.
You should.
For the Xbox
Great
controller?
controllers. They look like Genesis controllers with a nice D-pad. I've used third-party controllers not for 360, but for like retro systems. So like 8-bit Do, stuff like that. That's pretty good. But not like 360 and up. I still have my 360 controllers, so it's like I just use those. But yeah, fight sticks, Hori. I agree with you, Genshin. I used to use a Hori stick myself. It was great. I'm one of those people who had such a bad experience in the 90s with Mad Cats that I don't care how many people tell me they make the best fight sticks. I go, nope, they don't.
You're wrong.
Third-party controllers are not bad for PS4. I mean, that's fine. The PS4 is still being made. Like,
Yeah.
Sony has not discontinued the PS4. They just started building more. So you can get a DualShock 4 at any time now. Like, those are readily available. They are not stopping. Like, Microsoft has killed the Xbox One. It is not being made anymore. The PS4 is still being made. You can still buy a DualShock 4 controller. The DualShock 4 is one of my favorite controllers of all time. So it's like I would always have like one or two of those.
And BK, I'm gonna say this: I don't trust Razer stuff. Anytime anything I've gotten Razer has always done not great for me.
DS4
It could be
is
good for
trash.
you.
DS4 is
but
trash
it
in the
depends.
sticks. BK says I will say the DualShock 4 is crap on the thumb pad itself, but to me
I
the
can
stick
agree
was
on
always
that.
fine. Like the stick and the ball and everything on the inside has always worked. My DualShock 4, I've replaced the thumb pads like 4 times. The pads are crap. I will give you that, but everything else was fine. Brian doesn't trust Mad Cats. You shouldn't. This is a dope ass controller, Brian. Thank you. Yeah, first party, man. Just I don't know. Like I love the DualShock.
It always feels like quality and that it's not going to break in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The DualShock 4. Got mine right here. I think this is the best controller Sony's ever made. Like, I think
The PS4 controller?
Yeah, PS4. Because I've also got my DualSense here, and this thing sucks compared to this. like the PS5 controller, I don't like this thing at all. Like,
Doesn't the
is-
DualShock 4 work on the PS5?
if you're playing PS4 games,
Oh, that's
But
dumb.
you can't play a PS5 game with a DualShock 4. It has to be a
Okay.
PS4 game.
Because
Yeah, DualSense is less comfy,
reasons-
exactly. And it's so big. It's so much bigger.
I'm sorry. The DualSense 5 is basically a boomerang.
It is the batarang that they wanted on the PS3.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing that they showed off on the
Yeah.
on the keynote when they were
Yeah,
showing
it's
showing
it's
off
so
the
dumb.
cell-powered freaking console.
Did
Like-
anyone actually get that stupid controller? Or did they
No,
change that?
I don't
for
think that
It was
ever
a
went to
prototype.
market. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Figures.
It was a prototype. The if you remember the 6-axis was the first controller that was on the PS3. Scuff is giving us another option for PS5 once they restock. Yeah, like I said, I've heard good things about Scuff. I've never used one myself, but it's only because I buy first party. Like,
I don't
if
even think-
anything were to happen to this, I would just buy another DualShock.
I don't even think they sold the silver polished PlayStation 3.
No, they didn't. When the PS3 launched, if you remember, they had the 20 and the 60 gig models, and they were both the black fat ones.
Yeah. They were just like super fingerprint friendly and whatnot. And then
Yeah. The DualSense, I don't know, man. Like, I love what they did with the triggers, like with the force feedback on the triggers now, but that's it. Everything else about the controller sucks. It's like, I don't know. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it.
yeah.
DualShock 4 for life. Boom. Right there. This thing's amazing.
BK's asking Mel, what third party brand do you trust?
I'm like Clay. I'm stuck with the first party. I mean, with the Switch and stuff like that. I have a Switch with this Power A. That's the only thing, but that's because it came with my Switch.
I was going to say the Switch controller, like this is the first
Yeah.
party one.
This
This is
I
awesome.
would go for the first party.
This is also an awesome controller, man. Like this is I think which is called the Switch Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is awesome because unlike the Joy-Cons, this has a freaking D-pad on it.
Yeah.
That is everything when you're playing old NES games.
Mm-hmm.
D-pad. That's all. You
And one thing about the Power A controllers, it feels like really like what's the word I'm looking for? It's really like
Cheap.
hollow, cheap. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say.
You can definitely feel like there's barely anything inside.
Yeah.
It's just all plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what?
Never
On a
mind.
pinch, that's a great option for second, third, and fourth player.
And especially if you have little kids.
Yeah,
With
dude.
that.
Like you should ask my kids. Like I tell them, hey, if you're gonna play downstairs on the Xbox One, I bought I bought an extra Microsoft controller.
Yeah.
Just to have the player 1, player 2 wireless controllers. But then I told them straight up, do not use those. Use the wired A power controllers. Break those, and then I'll buy you more A power freaking controllers. I can do that, but not the first party stuff.
Yeah.
Stop touching those.
There you go.
Yeah. Joel's kids to abuse for sure, man. They are ruthless with those things, and then they just pick them up like nothing. Like, oh, I just dropped it. Haha. All right.
And this is why you do not give them the first party
Yeah,
stuff.
This is why they don't get it. It's like, but it's wireless, and I don't have to. No, I
Don't care.
Nope. You're gonna deal with the wired one. It's almost like those
Go back
memes
in your
that they show
cage.
you that just like the first player controller versus the second player controller. It's like this Sesame Street like modded controller looking thing.
Oh
That-
God.
That weird ass dragon controller that Mel
Yeah,
had.
the
No,
play
no.
school like large button controller.
You really had to bring out my Dragon controller, Clay, huh?
Yep.
That thing was so stupid.
That thing is-
I still have that back home. I will grab that first chance I get when I go back home.
Yeah.
I will.
Oh my
I
God.
will. I will take care of it.
So stupid.
I never got rid of it. I keep it because.
Yeah.
Hey, leave me alone.
All right, so we're done with game releases for right now. Let's move on to game news.
Game news.
So, obviously, the biggest story right now,
Mm-hmm.
well, kind of from last week as well, is Take-Two buys Zynga, or is trying to acquire Zynga for $12.7 billion.
This is a big deal. Like,
But I want to know the why, right? Because
we'll go into that. Okay, so first off, I know. Okay, I do not play mobile games. Okay, I don't play Candy Crush while I'm waiting at the dentist. Right?
Right.
I am not Zynga's target audience. 90 bajillion other people in the world are, and they make a ton of money with their stupid little match 3 games.
yeah,
$12 billion. Just to put that into perspective here, Minecraft was bought for $2 billion.
yep.
Bethesda alone, id Software, Arcane, like Fallout, Elder Scrolls, all that, was $7 billion. This is 12. This is bigger than all of that put together.
But you
And then
also
some.
have to take into account all the IPs that Zynga has that are literally clones of everything else, and that's what they're also acquiring.
So, yes, they're getting all, like, Take-Two is going to get all of those IPs, but Brian in the chat here nailed it. Mobile GTA is Clay's dream and will take all his money. It is not my dream because I have Vice City on Android. I can play that at any time. This gets a known mobile developer in Take-Two's pocket so they can say, hey, that money printing machine we have called GTA Online, put that on people's cell phones. That is going to be the next thing. In 2 years, you're going to see GTA Mobile, and that is going to be their version of the new multiverse. Like, everybody's trying to get their own multiverse thing going now. This is going to be Take-Two's.
My question is,
GTA Online in your phone, that is their future.
can phones even handle that kind of
Well,
a game?
They'll figure it out.
They can handle section loading and streaming of textures now, like any other PC, because it's the same engine now. Your level of detail goes down significantly. It's not that it's not the same game, it's just that it's requiring less horsepower for it. So
Yeah.
I can see this actually working out remember when the Xbox One was like, and these games are going to be cloud enhanced.
Oh, like freaking Crackdown 3?
Yeah, it was Crackdown 3,
Yeah.
which is a perfect example, because if you
Yeah.
take the technology back then of what was hypothetical and never came to pass, and they stripped down, now if you take a look at phones, we're talking about quad core, we're talking about 16 gigs of RAM. They are getting there to the point where it's just like they can run some stuff, even if it was like at 720p. They're not little chump change phones.
Or they'll just, okay, so remember, this is like 2 months ago or something like that, we talked about Microsoft. There was a rumor that Microsoft is developing a cloud MMO, like an MMO that lived in the cloud. It wasn't installed locally.
Yeah.
What if they took GTA Online and put it in the cloud?
What if the mobile piece is also a tie-in for their metaverse piece?
That's what I'm saying. I think this Zynga thing was like, this is just money for Take-Two. Like, this is easy money for them. They know they're going to spend $12 billion. They're going to make it back in 2 years. But like, using Zynga's knowledge of the mobile area, this is going to be how they move all of their like GTA Online into people's pockets. Like, I can totally see this happen.
Yeah. Which is for $12.7 billion, there has to be that guarantee for them. You know what I mean? Like that dude, we need the space.
Yeah, well, okay. They make so much money off GTA already. This, like, they're not gonna be like in the red or the black or whatever the bad one is. They're not under with this $12 million purchase. They're gonna make that back up at no point. When GTA 6 launches, whenever that happens in like 3 years or something like that, they're gonna make all that money back.
What if this is also the framework for GTA 6?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Holy
I think all of this is building towards what they're going to move GTA into its like next iteration. But yeah.
I like it, but yet I'm afraid of it.
Yeah.
And I'm aroused as well. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what they're going to do. I see BK and Mel are talking about mice and keyboards in there. Mel, something you said earlier about Razer. I have yet to ever meet a Razer product I liked. Razer to me is like putting the Alienware stamp on something. It's just overpriced and underpowered.
It has become that. Only I like Razers because of their color schemes.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because of their quality. I will admit, some of their mice are really nice, but I'm starting to move over to Corsair.
Okay.
Because Corsair also owns Elgato, and their software stack are just so much better than Razer.
Yeah.
In a way where it's just like a lot of things like co-communicate, and I don't have to worry about like a lot of different configurations. But like the Corsair headsets that I wear. They actually have like a metal band that goes all the way up instead of like the Tritons that I used to love. Remember those? They would have a metal band at the top, but then the holders for the speakers were plastic, so they would break off too. This whole thing is just one metal piece, and it's nice and comfy, and it's over the ear. So I think Corsair has a better grasp on what gamers actually want, which is longevity and cost, because these things only cost me like, I think it was like, for the Corsair, I think it was like the something A50s or A60s, they were just like $45. And I have not had to replace these. The only thing I had to replace was like the cushions, and that was after 5 years. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, meh. It's not bad. It's a small price to pay for something that is just quality. Yeah. And the microphone is detachable, which I loved, and I could actually fold it all the way in front of my fat head instead of like, oh, it only reaches my cheek up until here. Even though I don't use it.
I have like SteelSeries headphones for myself, so
yeah. But again, we're not sponsored by them or anything. No. I unfortunately have.
I would love to be sponsored by them.
BK, I would not do a Razer gaming chair to review. I would let Joel review that.
Yeah.
I don't use a gaming chair.
By the way,
I want a secret lab chair.
This thing behind me, which is kind of like a chair but for two people. Yeah. That's my gaming chair. Yeah.
That's a.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I have a perfectly good couch. I don't need a gaming chair.
So something that people might not know is I'm 36, right? And I'm 36 years old, and although I love PC gaming, my back is starting to be like, that couch looks kind of nice, you know? It's comfy looking. Don't you want to sit on that and play games all night? And I'm like, yeah. Because I'll have you know, I don't even have a gaming chair. You know what I have? I have big boy chairs, which is I bought a gaming chair, and they don't last too long. They last like maybe a year, maybe even less,
I've heard that a lot.
Depending on how hard you use it, right? But I kid you not, I did the research for somebody like me, and it was just like, yeah, there's a Office Depot brand chair for Shaquille O'Neal line chairs, and I went to go take a look at one, and some of them look pretty modern and pretty slick, and I was just like, all right, let's take a look at this. Rated for like 400 pounds and whatnot for a limit, and I bought it. I'll never go back to a gaming chair ever again. That lumbar support I can stay on at work for hours on end, no problem, and it just beats out any gaming chair I've ever tried. And it's just like, why would I ever want to destroy my back like that ever again? So it does come to the point where it's just like, you kind of want to add that ergonomic feel to it without going away too much, but you don't even notice that it's here. It's literally this gray one right here, and it's just like, why? You're never gonna see it. It's not like you're visiting me at the studio 50 times a week, and I really don't care what it looks like if you don't get to see it. BK says too expensive. A lot of people suggest use Herman Miller chairs. Yeah, I was looking at those too, and all I could find was things like on Craigslist, resale, office stuff, and though they're high quality chairs, I just would rather buy something that is going to be supported now. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if I need a warranty, it's right there, whatnot. I could just do that instead of buying like brand new and super expensive. They're ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah, that's Take Two. 12.7 billion. Now, we did do the comparison between Mojang and Take Two on the whole buyout thing, but add the inflation, I'm pretty sure it shortens up the margin there. But it's still like a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. And then if it just kills Zynga, then even better. Now I don't have to ever worry about that ever again.
No, they're going to use Zynga to grow all of their stuff.
Yeah.
But speaking of Take Two,
Yeah. So Red Dead Online fans are up in arms. What they do now?
What did they do now is the great way to
What
ask
did
that
they
question.
not do?
What did they not do now?
No.
Red Dead Online came out a few years ago, and personal opinion here, I played it when it first came out because I bought Red Dead 2 when it came out because I'm a big Rockstar fanboy and all that stuff. And Red Dead Online is boring as crap. It's like there is literally nothing to do. You walk around, there is stuff to do. There's like bounty hunts that you do, and you trade things, and you skin animals and all that stuff. But for the most part, you walk around and you spend real world money on things that you should already get for free. That's literally what the game is. And
It's basically just the RP portion. People that are basically up in arms about it. Seems like.
And for the okay, like let's just gonna throw imaginary numbers in the world. Let's say there are 100 people in the world that play GTA Online. I know it's millions, but let's say there's 100 people. The amount of people who play Red Dead Online, it's like 2. It's like barely anybody plays this game. And they're pissed off that Rockstar doesn't do more for this game. Rockstar never releases new updates. Whenever they do, it's like, hey, here's more stuff you can buy. It's like, it's not even like, hey, we're adding Mexico into the game, or hey, we're adding like a new map or something. Like, it's literally just like, hey, here's a new bounty hunt thing you've already done 1,000 times already, and here's a new horse saddle that you can buy with real world money. And basically, the Red Dead Online players, all 5 of them on planet Earth, are like, Rockstar needs to do better for us, and blah, blah, blah. And Red Dead Online sucks, guys, okay? It was a failure. If you just want to throw money at Rockstar, just go play GTA Online like everyone else. Your game is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, and if you
Red
take a
Dead
look,
Online is going to slowly die until it is nothing.
not to take away from the popularity of the community that does that role-playing stuff, but
Yeah.
I see a lot more success in GTA Online for that kind of community type gameplay than I do with Red Dead. I barely this is the first time I've ever heard this. But whenever I look at GTA or Grand Theft Auto Online, it's just like, dude, are you checking out that dude that like does his real life stuff on GTA Online, and then there's like 10,000 viewers, and I'm just like, oh, he's living out his fantasy in the game, and everybody can join and all that other stuff. Is like, all right, maybe I don't see it for myself, but this guy's clearly killing it with that many viewers in that community, right? But I don't see that for Red Dead.
No, BK says he says there's actually plenty of stuff to do in Red Dead Online, but the starting cost to start new roles is painful, requiring real money. I remember the couple hours I put into Red Dead Online when it first went live, and it was like, yeah, everything cost real world money. Everything. It was like, oh, you want to stable your horse? Like, that's going to cost like 8 gold nuggets or something like that. Okay, well, how do you get gold nuggets? Oh, you have to buy those. And it's like, what? No,
To stable a horse?
I'm not paying my real world money to stable a horse in your online crappy game. Like,
Yeah,
no.
especially when it doesn't cost 8 gold in real life just to learn how to stable your horse.
It was just like I was like I put a couple hours into it, and then I was just like, I'm done. This is horrible. Like,
Yeah.
this was a bad idea from the start.
Yeah.
Robert agrees. That's yeah.
Welcome,
but yeah.
Robert.
But yeah, so if I were one of the 8 Red Dead Online players who are up in arms and wanting more from Rockstar, I would not be holding my breath.
Yeah. Well, it just feels like they just dropped it off for a cash grab anyway. Online just felt like such a secondary thing for them. The real star of the show was just their single player game. And even then people were like not like they praised it, but it was just that was it. And then online got introduced, and they thought it was going to be a direct competitor to GTA. Not even close.
Not even a little bit.
No.
BK is still defending this game. More power to you, man. If you're having fun in there, go for it. Like,
Yeah. Nothing to
More
take
power
away
to you.
from that community. It's just they clearly have an agenda here.
I tried it, and I thought it was awful. I also didn't like GTA Online. So like that's, clearly I'm in the minority here, but it's like, that being said, GTA Online is constantly being updated with new stuff. Like every week there's, hey, here's a new car, here's a new building, or here's the casino, here's the new vacation spot you can go to. Red Dead Online, it's crickets, man, because nobody is playing.
Yeah, that sucks though. All right,
BK, it may have some potential, but it's just like I guess Rockstar's just way too much into GTA Online that they don't have time for.
Look at
Red Dead.
Look at what they did with that previous reboot. What Epic did with that previous reboot of Unreal that was going to come out like 5 years ago. It was being made, and all the fans were happy because people love Unreal Tournament. It's one of the best shooters ever, right?
Yes.
And then Fortnite came out and started making trillions of dollars, and they said, "Yeah, we don't care anymore."
yeah,
Yep.
That is what's happening. GTA Online is such a moneymaker that they're just going to go, okay. Hey, Red Dead Online still makes like a couple grand a week.
I
And they're
remember-
gonna go, cool.
I remember when they were doing the Unreal Tournament game, and they were about to ramp up some advertising for it, and then they tossed it into this is just to showcase what our Unreal Engine can do. We forgot some of the textures, and some of the maps don't even load. So
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah.
All right, here you go. Go ahead, mod community, work on it if you want, but we're done with it.
Yeah.
And I was
They
like,
get-
all right, well, screw y'all then. All right. So speaking of Grand Theft,
Hey, Joe.
yeah, I got good ones. I got gems.
Nice little segue there. I
Yeah.
like that one.
Yeah.
That was good.
So this is kind of like the first time since we grabbed a Vice article that is speaking on our world, which is interesting. I
Vice-
give it up to them, but
Vice has. I don't read Vice a lot. They were the source on this article, so that's why I quoted them on this. They do video game stuff as well, and they actually have some video game documentaries and stuff on their website as well. So
Yeah.
they're not that bad.
yeah,
I loved this article. I thought this was hilarious. I don't play Pokemon Go myself, so I don't know this allure on it that I'm assuming is what it has.
I rarely get on it anymore. I haven't
like-
touched it.
So 2 LAPD officers were recently fired because there was a robbery in progress that they got the call and they ignored so they could go catch Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
This
And
sounds like something that would happen in a GTA
This is-
RP.
yeah, bro.
If you read the article, it's hilarious because it's literally the 2 officers who got the call. This is the modern day police department. They are being tracked and recorded at all times. So like in their car, they are being recorded and GPS tracked and everything. And it's like, hey, there's a robbery in progress. And then if you read through this article, it's like, oh, hey, man, there's a Snorlax that's over here on these 2 streets. Why don't we cut down this way and go over there, and then we can catch it?
Yeah.
Cool, let's go, bros.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is awesome. And of course, they tried to fight it.
Yeah.
First off, they lied. Oh, no, that's not what happened at all. And then they got proven, hey, we tracked you, we have you recorded, everything is on tape, you're fired. And then they were like, oh, well, it's not our fault. And
What?
it was like, yep, bye.
It's not our fault. This is
I thought it was
your
hilarious.
job, man.
Yeah.
And before anybody starts to get all political about the blue lives and all this other stuff, like we're not arguing any of that point. But
This isn't the point. Yeah, like that's not the point. It is literally they got the call and they were like, let's not do that and let's go catch Pokemans
Yeah.
instead.
yeah,
And I
I don't want to risk my life.
we got a
just
situation
waiting
at
to
Wells
do-
Fargo. We're gonna need to get some backup. And it's just like sorry, there's a Snorlax down here. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. I
gonna
mean,
have to
you
skedaddle.
understand, right?
Yeah.
You
I
You got that priority straight.
Like, officer under fire, need
Yeah.
back. Look, Snorlax, are you kidding me? Go get that guy. It's like, you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Come on, people. Like, it just goes to show you. I think we're devolving at this point. I think the Fuddruckers is soon to reflect a movie that we were watching of Idiocracy, and we're about to head down that point and see who lives and who doesn't. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think this is hilarious, but at the same time, it's kind of scary because this is the caliber. This is what we're dealing with now. That's why just carry your own weapons and make sure you have enough ammo. Med packs are your friend.
Pills over here.
Pills here.
Pills here.
All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, so remember a little while ago, we were talking about this huge thing that lasted for months. It lasted for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Fortnite was not allowed on Apple devices because of this whole shenanigans.
Apple pulled Epic's developer license
Yep.
for iOS.
Yep. And now it's getting brand new life in the form of NVIDIA's Geforce Now. And so I was kind of skeptical about this, but only because like it's still a service that they don't control. So why is Geforce Now available in it?
So,
You know what I mean?
okay, so first off, just so we don't get too far into this, Joe, you subscribe to GeForce. Right?
Yes.
Okay, first off, Joe, what is GeForce?
GeForce Now is basically Xbox Game Pass cloud gaming. It's also the equivalent to Google Stadia. It's the equivalent to what's another good one? Another familiar
Did he just
one.
freeze up on you?
No, I
You there,
shouldn't
Mel?
have. I shouldn't have. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Joe, you just like locked up on me for a second there.
Must be that Surface.
I mean, it must be all your underpowered cores.
Oh, how dare you! Anyway, so it's a streaming service because remember a little while ago, it's like the On Live, right? If anybody remembers On Live, that was like very first one. And back then, up until right now, live streaming gaming, not live streaming gaming, but gaming on a remote server wasn't viable to a lot of people. But now we're starting to see that it's kind of convenient that all these streaming services are there and offer almost the exact same like library when there's a GPU shortage, when there's a console shortage. And internet has gotten way better since 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's just like these services are now starting to become a little bit more of a option for those who can't afford a gaming PC or a console that's hard to get or anything like that. So it's just like, now I don't like this segue from hardware-based power to this. But that's what GeForce Now is.
So GeForce Now, Yogensha kind of summed it up here really well. I just want to kind of call this out here. GeForce Now is more like a virtual gaming cloud you can rent to play the games you own on various PC clients.
Right.
That's a really good one-liner there. So unlike Google Stadia, which I still have no faith in whatsoever, you own the game on Steam. Like you own Resident Evil Village on Steam. You can rent a super powered cloud PC to stream that game to any device you want.
Right.
You can play it on your phone. But you already own the game on Steam. You're not buying it through Google Stadia. You're not buying it through GeForce. You're buying it on Steam. You're buying it on Epic Game Store. You're buying it on GOG.
Yeah. And they also added they also added Epic Game Store and Ubisoft now to
Yeah.
GeForce Now. So if you own any games on there, you can just log in with their, portal for your Ubisoft login under GeForce Now and get your libraries of compatible games for GeForce Now.
Yeah.
Some games are
Well-
still not compatible.
So going back to the main point here, so Epic's developer license for Apple has been pulled. That's the whole results of this lawsuit. So this is their way of getting Fortnite back onto an iPhone,
Right.
is through GeForce Now. So technically, okay, and this is, I don't play Fortnite, so I get what they're doing here, but I also don't get the allure of this. And Joe, maybe you can help me out here, or Mel, or whoever, but like, Fortnite is a free game.
Yes.
It's microtransaction sponsored. It's completely free.
Right.
You can play it on your PlayStation. You can play it on your PC. You just can't play it on a phone like that.
Right.
To play it through this new method of GeForce Now, you have to subscribe to GeForce Now. That is a paid service.
Correct.
So if you're thinking, awesome, I can finally get my Fortnite on my iPhone again, tee hee hee. This is I'm looking at their pricing page on NVIDIA's website. It is roughly $8 a month for a standard cloud PC
Yep.
that gives you a 6-hour gaming session at a time.
Yes.
1080p, 60 FPS. Or you can double that, go up to about $16 to $17 a month for like a powerhouse PC. And you can also buy these in chunks of like 6 months at a time.
Yeah.
Or there's a free version, but you only get 1 hour of gaming on it.
Right.
But so this, I mean,
Is it worth it? Is what
I'm
you're
assuming
getting
you really have to be into Fortnite
at. So here's the thing.
to want to do this.
So GeForce Now is one of the most open option solutions out there for streaming, and I'll tell you why. You can access this thing via browser, you can access this thing via client, you can access this on your mobile phone, you can access it from anywhere and include games in your library, which is the one thing that other streaming services don't do. They don't include anything that you've already bought. And GeForce will do that for you. If you've already bought it on Steam and there's an equivalent to it on GeForce Now, you now have a license without having to purchase it twice, which to me is just like a golf clap, right? Like,
Yeah, that's
if
awesome.
you want adoption rate, this is how you do it, right? So you make your library available for anything that you've already paid for. Now, you're absolutely right. This is a free-to-play game, but I don't know how you would call it, the pleasure of playing a mobile or playing on mobile to go out to the internet via a browser or a client, plus the lag of the mobile, plus the lag of the stream or cloud, which is getting better. I'm not going to take that away. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Just to play Fortnite would have to be one dedicated mofo to get that working.
If you are just a GeForce Now subscriber, then this is a win-win for you.
Right.
Like, you already have it, you're golden. It's like, oh, hey, now I can play Fortnite again. It's been a while.
Right.
Good for you. I just don't know how many people out there are going to be like, thank God, now I can play Fortnite again on my iPhone. That's the most important thing in the world. Here, NVIDIA, take my money.
Yeah.
The only people I would see doing that are like parents who have kids that always played on their phones. That's
But
it.
I don't see the parents wanting to pay a subscription fee
That's true.
just
Especially-
for a free game.
Especially one that doesn't come with a family plan that is
That's
inclusive of all their
Yeah.
family, right? So now you're gonna have to double up. That is the negative side of it, is that Xbox Game Pass allows me to use my one subscription for all my family members.
Yeah.
So everyone on a PC here is able to get on Xbox Game Pass on their computers under their logins without using my login, so long as they're part of my family account.
Mhm.
And that's it. And if they could just mesh those two together, goodbye everything else. You know, if you're stuck without a console or dedicated hardware, just log in and play whatever. And then the only thing that you're really dependent on is a solid network connection or Wi-Fi connection. That's it.
Yeah.
And with 5G, it's been I've played it myself and it works, although with a bit of lag. The only other recommendation that I would have for mobile gaming like that is get yourself a plastic $8 clip for your Bluetooth enabled game console controller and just slap it on with your phone and you're all set to go.
Yep.
Yeah. I have
$5. Amazon.
That's it.
$5.
Yeah. Because nobody wants to play on-screen controls. I have yet to find a person who's just like, bro, I'm 1080 no scoping off of these touch controllers.
Oh yeah, and also that's a good little tack on here. This isn't the mobile version of Fortnite you're getting. You're getting the PC version of Fortnite that they are now modding touch controls into.
Correct.
Yeah.
So if you want to avoid that early adoption, like, well, the controllers aren't really solid yet, like, just get yourself a little Xbox controller or a PlayStation 5 or better yet, DualShock 4 and hook it up to your phone and you're all set to go. You basically, like, I was playing Halo Infinite on my Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra and my Xbox, my third-party Xbox wireless controller, no problem.
Yeah.
Put on some headphones. It was the full experience, full Xbox experience and everything. And I didn't have any problems. And because I was in my home, there was no lag issues.
Mm-hmm.
And then I never got a notification that there was any lag.
Yeah.
No jittering or nothing. So it is an option now. But with the pandemic and the shortages and all this other hard to find hardware, it's starting to become more attractive to those that are not as patient.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Now, I will say it's very cheeky that Nvidia would showcase a mobile phone that closely resembles an Apple iPhone here.
Well, so yeah.
With Fortnite on the screen. With Fortnite on the screen.
Yeah, well, because that's the entire purpose, is they're saying, hey, it's coming back. We found a way around the rules. Yoginch is asking here, and this kind of ties into that. Do you think the involved parties will get into conflict over this? I could see it. I don't think so. Apple can't really do anything to Epic at all about this. The only thing they can do is go after NVIDIA, and NVIDIA would say, you have no control over what we put on our cloud service. Like, this would be like, if Fortnite was a part of Xbox Game Pass, which it's not, but because it's a free game. If Fortnite was a part of Xbox Game Pass, you can play cloud gaming on Xbox Game Pass on an iPhone now. It's not through an app, if you remember. It's through a website. You go to game.xbox.com.
Yeah.
It would be like them saying, you can't put Fortnite on Game Pass because that lets people play it on an iPhone. And they go, that has nothing to do with you. Like, Apple would have to go to Microsoft.
That is our catalog that you agreed for us to have full control and rights over.
Yeah, it's not an installed app. It's literally a website. So, like, Apple really can't do anything about this.
Yeah. Now, whether they can or they can't does not matter, because I'll tell you what, you are talking about $2 trillion titans here, both NVIDIA and Apple, that if they wanted to find out whose stick is bigger, they could do it. No problem. They don't give a crap. Both of them are multi-billion-dollar corporations that are well funded to be able to handle these kind of litigation issues.
Yeah.
Does that mean that they will? Probably not, because it kind of cuts into their other revenue streams for both NVIDIA and Apple. I don't think they will do this. Now, I will be surprised if they do, but then I'm going to be rooting for NVIDIA because screw you, Apple. I don't like you. All right. Aside from that, let's go on to the next one, unless you guys got anything else. All right, we got some Final Fantasy news for Mel here, because and everyone else who's a fan of it. Final Fantasy, what is this? 14 online? Because I'm not an MMO guy. Yeah. Are we still waiting in the queue for this kind of thing?
Not as long.
All right.
It's actually gotten better at certain times. Like the last couple days, it's been like 70 people. Some people had like over 100. Some people get 1,000, but it is going down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the story on this now? What are we getting? Just the updated notes on everything new that's coming up in the roadmap, or what? Uh-oh. Did I glitch out again?
Yeah, now, oh, I see. Yeah, we're not on your stream anymore.
What the heck? Mel came back, but not Clay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
That's not me, guys. That's clearly Video Ninja. That's not me.
Okay. If you remember, about a month ago, we talked about a really bad problem Square Enix is having with Final Fantasy XIV is the game is just so damn popular that they had to stop selling it.
That's a really weird problem to have, and something
It's
that
a
I've
really
never heard
weird
of.
problem. The game is so popular, it is so good that they basically ran out of space across all of their data centers, all of their servers. They're at capacity. People are waiting hours to get into the game, and there's complaints galore. And so they go, okay, we're just stopping selling the game until we can fix this. So the big news is that on the 25th of this month, in 10 days, they are rolling out more data centers, more world servers. They're opening up free world transfers, so you can move to like less populated servers, whatever you want to do, and they will resume sales of the game. So if you're just sitting in the void of darkness because you can't play Final Fantasy XIV right now, and all your friends are playing it, on the 25th, you'll be able to buy your own subscription. That is the big news. They are going to resume selling the game.
This is weird because now I want to know why, but then I'm just adding to the problem. You know what I mean?
So Mel is our resident Final Fantasy XIV person.
Yeah.
Mel, two things. One, are you going to be transferring to a lower pop server? And two, is this game that good?
Sadly, I will not be transferring because I'm already with a free company, which is basically a guild in Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So we already have like a whole lot of people in one server. So sadly, I will not. And the game is definitely that good. It is fun.
Why? Oh, like,
It is so good that they had to stop selling it because too many people were playing it.
The subscriptions they did not stop selling. It was just the games they were not selling.
It was for new subscribers.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, it is awesome. Yogesh says it is awesome, but you still have to be into MMOs in some way. Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm into MMOs, but the wrong ones apparently. I'm into New World and all this other stuff. It's just like, I'm already 60. I'm done. You know what I mean? But it's just like there's still end game stuff, content that I should play, but I'm just not excited about it. But this makes it sound like this is unattainable entertainment at this point. It's just like, what the hell? What are y'all doing in there?
So, and this is a standard $15 a month MMO.
Yep.
So
it's still a subscription. It's not a buy one and then you're done.
you buy the game, and like I'm on their pricing page right here. You buy the game up front.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's like a regular or like a complete edition, standard edition, collector's edition, all that stuff. You buy the game up front for a certain price, $30, looks like $60, $140 for like a collector's, and then you pay your $15 a month after that. So it's like the old like WoW model,
Right.
where you buy it up front plus the subscription.
WoW is probably feeling like crap right now because they went away from a lot of their bread and butter models to like, hey, please play our game.
WoW, okay, not only because of all the Activision Blizzard drama that's going on right now, but
Yep.
I know people who still play WoW, and they even, like all of them, like this is kind of like unanimous. They, from what I've heard from many of them, the new expansion that came out, Shadowlands, is terrible. Like it is, they took the story in a bad direction. Nobody likes where it's going. It's really convoluted and confusing. It's like they're just messing up WoW right now.
Maybe their continuity is just getting too messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But who knows, man? I mean, I'm excited for Final Fantasy 14 getting such hype for everything that they've added on to the game and what people want to play. And I'm pretty sure the pandemic has something to play with it. I don't know what the percentage is.
It's a good amount, yeah.
People want MMOs so they can be connected with each other, and like they are social environments and everything like that. I totally get it. I mean, dude, keep in mind, this is the game that was so bad that they basically pulled it so they could rebuild it into something better.
Right.
Like, this game was a train wreck when it first came out. So it's like 10 years ago, if you would have said Final Fantasy 14 is the number one MMO on the planet, you'd been like, get out of here. The game sucks. But
That's crazy how far they've gone then.
yeah, they did it. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for any developer who realizes their game sucks and then makes it better.
Right.
Yoshi P saved the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go into our last article, I believe. And this is having to do going back to crypto and NFTs and gaming. And I'm just done with this whole.
This one came out yesterday and it blew up, and I thought it was hilarious. So
Baker.
nothing against Troy Baker's talent. The guy is a brilliant voice actor. Nothing against the guy and his ability to do voice work. He has decided to partner with a company that is doing voice NFTs. And
What?
so think about it like this. So you're a game developer. You are making a game that has a narrator.
Uh-huh.
You record a voice. Hey, I'm the narrator of this game. Mario's going to go jump into a pipe, whatever. You now can NFT that voice. You can even sell that voice on like a market and use that voice in other games in which, because it's an NFT and a blockchain, you'll get a piece of the action. So Troy Baker is basically partnering with a company that says, hey man, we can probably make you a lot of money if you sign on to this NFT train. And because he does 1 million voices, he could sell 1 million voices and license those to everybody on the planet, and then he gets a piece of all the action.
I mean, I guess it's inevitable. But
I know we talked about this a few weeks ago on the show. This is going to be the future. As much as everybody hates it, NFTs are not going away. I wish they would, but they're not going to. But like, just the fact that Troy Baker did this, I was like, and everybody blasted him on Twitter. It was so funny. Everybody was like,
yeah,
"You're an
dude.
idiot.
This is
An idiot."
But then
he
it's
got
still
a lot of hate on
this. These are the people that I feel are like, I just want things to stay the same and simple, right? Which is the same pattern that happens when something brand new comes along and people just don't see the utility, or they don't see the value at the very beginning. And I'm one of those people. I am one of those people that is just like, look, I've seen Ready Player One. I like the concept of Ready Player One. I like the fact for the entertainment value. The one thing that, I don't know, who was it? Paramount? Who's the people who did Ready Player One? It was
Universal?
I think, yes. Yes, I think it is.
It has to be.
So I see the potential of owning your own digital goods inside a digital world. I get that. And I see how some of these NFTs could make millionaires and billionaires overnight. But for you to roll the dice now on something like that, you're literally just rolling a dice. You're not ensuring a revenue stream that for sure is going to work out.
Yeah.
Okay? You can make your own NFTs. You can make your own audio basically ringtones for sale in my whole opinion. That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like. And you just own that one ringtone and no one else has it, or everybody else has it, but you are the owner of that original one. And that can spin off into a whole bunch of different other regulations that need to happen that are currently not in place. But it's not something that I would be spending your hard-earned savings money on for something that you don't even know who's going to be the company that comes out on top that supports your line of NFTs. So it's just like, what do you want to do with? Would you rather make an informed decision when you're closer to it and potentially make some money? Or would you rather just Hail Mary this sucker and hopefully that you align up to the ecosystem that is eventually going to be
That's the thing.
Ready Player One?
It's still too new.
Right.
Nobody has it, like anybody who's buying into NFTs right now is a fool because it hasn't really been proven yet. It's like the idea's there and you can see where it's going, but right now, like when Ubisoft did their NFT thing for Ghost Recon like a few weeks ago, it was like it's like that is idiotic. It's too early. We know you're just in it for the cash grab anyway. It barely made any money too. I thought that was really
Especially since they don't really have to do much, but just take out stuff from their vault and just be like, oh, here's some concept art from that game that nobody plays.
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah. Who wants it? $5.
Yeah.
You
It's
will
the
own this and you can profit from it. Be like, oh yeah, can I do anything with it? No.
No. You can show it off in your metaverse house when it finally comes down to that. Maybe if we partner up with whoever you're going to be hosting your stuff at. Who knows? Are you going to be with Zuckerberg, or are you going to be with Nvidia? Or are you going to be with whoever else makes another metaverse? Like, bro, right now it's just the only thing that's tried and true right now that's even digital currency is cryptocurrency, just coins, right? Like, but tried and true coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum and all this other stuff, and they're even fluctuating, and it's changing hands at all times, and it's so crazy that it affects countries of how Bitcoin and Ethereum actually work. But the fact that it has that level of power, it's like maybe there's something in it that some people should definitely pay attention to. NFTs are not there right now. And though everybody's always like, oh, I wish I would have gotten in early on Bitcoin and all this other stuff, I've heard the exact same arguments. And in the end, it just mattered when and where you bought in. To me, you want to roll the dice? By all means, but you're gonna have to accept the risk, and don't cry about it when you accept the risk and then you don't get the returns that you want. Just don't do it. I rather not give out advice about NFTs, not because one, I just don't know where it's gonna be, and two, I have tried it myself, like I have with Ethereum and Bitcoin, that I've actually made money off of it, and it does work so long as you follow this blueprint. Now, with NFTs, I can't prove that. And so why would I give you advice on NFTs if I have not done it myself? That's like being like, I don't know, man. You know, this is just financial advice and whatnot. Like, that's why that exists. It's because it's not guaranteed. So don't jump into it and research it yourself, because I can only give you as much advice as I've actually done myself. And I've done none of it. I'd rather not go into NFTs and just work on cryptocurrency in and of itself. By the way, for some reason you're not showing back up on Video Ninja, so I think the audio is not coming in. 1 second. And they are messing up this time. Default main. Hold on 1 second. Voice.
So how does it make
Now it
it?
works.
Now you're on no signal.
Yeah, right. Dude, I don't know what's their issue. Here. handling.
I mean, the other one wasn't working apparently because it's not giving us permission.
Yeah,
whatever reason.
Video Ninja changed their links, and now like everything that we've had set up just broke. And then we kept getting this pop in pop out, which I don't know where it's coming from. Anyways, whatever. So that's my 2 cents on NFTs.
What I was going to say at the very end there is, look, anybody out there looking for NFT and crypto financial advice, you can trust us. We talk about video games on the internet.
Wait a second. Yeah, dude. Like,
we know things.
I am so on the fence about talking about financial advice or anything that could get us in trouble, but
money is good. You want it.
You want it.
You want it.
Yes.
Did you check out the South Park COVID episode?
I haven't seen part 2 yet.
Yeah.
I saw part 1 and I thought it was genius, but I have not seen part 2 yet.
Yeah. So basically, I don't know if you remember Butters, right? As an adult. So basically, that's what I see whenever somebody starts coming at me and be like, bro, tell me about NFTs. Like, well, you like money, right? And everybody should make it. And you deserve money, don't you? Of course you do. And it's just salesman-y.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, oh my God. I just can't. I have the same cringe the same cringe effect every single time somebody starts talking about NFTs, like as if they know it for a fact. Like, for sure, this is going to work out for you.
There's a dude I used to work with, and he was like that. And he would always speak very confidently about everything, like about how he knows how everything is going to work and how came across very intelligent, but it was one of those things where it's like, have you made money off of crypto yet? And he's like, no, but I know all about it. And it's like, but do you?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's where I just I come back to those, like, in the Wild Wild West, 1,000 Ways to Die in the Wild Wild West, like selling this elixir, snake oil elixir and all this other stuff. And it's just like, you go back to that scene, bro. And that's exactly how I feel like with NFTs. And you can make the same argument about Bitcoin, but guess what? I didn't make that argument when Bitcoin started out. Do I kick myself in the butt that I didn't invest at least $10 on getting 200 Bitcoin when it was 5 cents? Of course, anyone does. But that's a chance that you take, right? With NFTs, it's just like, it's in the same spot right now. So you either buy a few that are cheap and just see where it goes and just leave them alone for 10 years and see where they're at. And you made whatever, if at all, on $10, then to make this huge plan on how you're going to invest your hard-earned money on NFTs for life. It's like, no, man, don't do that.
Give it time. Give it time.
Yeah.
Don't jump on the bandwagon just yet. Give it time.
Yeah.
Let it
It's
become a real
check
thing.
the stocks and everything.
Stonks.
Stonks.
All right, let's that's pretty much it for the
That's
game
it.
news this week. But yeah, I'm
Oh, one last thing. I was going to bring this up last week, but we canceled because everybody was dying last week. Games Done Quick has been running all week. Awesome Games Done Quick. Great speedrunning charity marathon. It ends tonight. There's a final Metal Gear Solid run going on tonight. Make sure you check it out. It's going to be awesome.
Metal
Hey,
Gear
when's
Solid
the Halo?
100%.
No, this one is going to be Metal Gear Solid console version, because usually they play the PC version because you can break it really easy. Console version, all bosses, extreme difficulty.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
So very excited for that.
nice. Metal Gear Solid, right?
Metal Gear Solid 1.
So Raven.
Vulcan Raven. Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite. Anyways, all
Guy
right.
with a giant minigun.
Yeah, I like the little statue that you come across in 2.
Oh, and 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
in
just like
Solid 2.
"Ah, ah,
And then you shoot it, and it just like pew pew.
Peel
pew,
pellet
pew,
guns.
pew.
It's like, oh, you're so cute. I want you on my desk. Hey, do they have an NFT for this?
Oh my God! Is there an NFT for Vulcan Raven? Oh my God!
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna show it off in my metaverse when you come visit me. Never.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in my meta room.
You know what the sad part is, though? Going back to the whole metaverse thing, the whole Ready Player One, is that everyone glorifies the fact that you're able to jump into this digital world and whatnot. Did nobody fucking notice that people are like living in double wides on fucking stilts? Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
bro, do you not get it? Like, we would rather live in according to Ready Player One, which, by the way, if people don't know, this is a book back in the
Yes.
80s?
No. The book came out like 8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still,
it takes place.
it takes. I see.
It takes place in the future.
Right.
Yeah.
2045 from what
Yeah.
I've read.
So
It was Warner Brothers,
2045.
not Universal.
The prediction is that our crap is so bad because anytime you look at the real world depictions, whenever they're doing a chase scene or whenever they're trying to gather materials for their underground like opposition for anything, it's crap. And people are enslaved playing this game. And then they're in double wides and all this other stuff and living above ground trying to live, and it's poor, and you would rather be in the metaverse, and even the adults would rather be in the metaverse and live out their lives there without pain or whatever. Bro, if that doesn't speak volumes to you at the rate that we're going, I'm not trying to be that guy that's like, oh, we shouldn't do it at all. No, I'm trying to be that guy who's like, hey, you might want to take care of Earth first before we start creating another one.
Yeah, Ready Player 2, like there is a second book, like which I'm sure is going to be a movie here in the next.
I think
couple
they said they planned
Yeah.
to make that into a movie. Yeah.
Right. The book it gets even like darker about like the real world.
We're basically creating the Matrix right now.
Yes.
Oh God! By the way, did you all see that horrible fourth Matrix movie yet?
I didn't mind it. Come on, Clay. It wasn't that bad.
Oh my God! It was terrible.
I was expecting something completely different. I appreciate the fact that they closed up some loose ends a little bit, but then opened up even more questions. You know what I mean? But it's just
Tried
like,
to gain too much like the original, and it's not.
no,
going
not
to happen.
even though. Not even when. Okay, when Smith finally comes out, this guy is literally.
Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, we are now done with Game News Live.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump into the Matrix Resurrections real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing. When they started to introduce all the other characters of who they were, not only were personalities different, not only was, different takes on and they started to give you those flashbacks, those cut-ins and all this other stuff. It just was like, who's this guy? Because I don't feel the exact same amount of disgust from the original characters of the original Agent Smith than I do from this guy who just suddenly remembers who the hell he was and now just starts
He
shooting.
has too much charisma.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was just like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? That ain't you. You know what I mean? Like, Agent Smith's conversations were so well written about the similarities between viruses and humans, about all this other stuff. There was a level of depth. But then to introduce Smith as just like, is that Thomas Anderson? Fuck that guy! Like, that's what it went. That's how it went. And I was just like, wait a second. You don't even want to question the fact that you just woke the hell up and now you realize you're in this world and now you're a different person and you're actually his boss. You don't even want to question none of that. No, you go straight into rage mode. Let me shoot you down. Like, bro, you gotta have priorities straight.
There's Yokicha has all he did was block bullets with his hands. The fight scenes are the worst I've ever seen. Have I told you guys, or maybe if you've seen this on your own, there's a series on YouTube. It's called Pitch Meeting.
Yeah,
You ever seen that?
I think I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's done by Screen Rant, and it's like where they just rip movies to shreds based on like just bad plot and bad writing and everything, and it's really funny. And their Matrix one was like, well, it's going to cost a lot of money if we put Keanu Reeves through fight training again, so we'll just have him force push everybody the entire movie. Okay, let's do that.
everybody liked the powers anyway. They didn't really care for the fight scenes. Like, bullshit. Burly Brawl was one of the best fight scenes, like, in a digital remade like 3D universe I've ever seen. Now, is there points now where you look at it and it's just like, it's not believable anymore because, you know.
And here's the thing: the man it plays John Wick. So. Yeah.
That movie was, me and my wife were watching it, and it was just like,
what is this, right?
Bad.
What is this?
This is horrible. Now, like, for anybody out there who goes, like, it can't be worse than Matrix 2 and 3. And it's like, no, it's not. It's better than Matrix 2.
Oh, yeah.
But we're talking, like, that is such a low bar. Like, Matrix 1 was amazing. And then, like, 2 and 3 were just such crap that it's
look,
like, you have no choice but to be better than them.
I liked 2 more than I liked 3. 3 ended up to being horrible. like, bro, all these loose ends, and you just make Neo a martyr. Like, do you understand? Like, there's no end to it, really. There's just like, you just continue it on, whether or not Neo was gonna be alive or dead at the end of 3. You just continued on the exact same cycle that you've been on for the last time, and that's where you ended it off for us. Like, bro, that I don't like it. I didn't like 3, but then I was hoping 4 was just like, this is it. This is how we get to find out who wins the war. You know what I mean?
I think one of the Wachowskis didn't want to do the movie.
Yeah.
I think I heard.
Yeah, so one of the Wachowskis dropped out.
Right.
And then Agent Smith, Hugo Weaving, and Morpheus both dropped out because they didn't like the script. And
I wonder why.
Yeah, because it was terrible. And then it was like, all right, I guess we're still making this movie. But
and I love the Matrix,
the joke.
though.
Like, they kind of made the joke in the movie, and it was probably on purpose, like where they were kind of forcing Neo to make the new Matrix game because they're like, they're going to make it with or without you. And it's like, wink, wink. Is that why this movie is being made? You know, like, they're going to do it with or without you, so you might as well be on board.
Yeah, I think there was an article somewhere out there where it just hit up on a lot of video game industry tropes.
Yeah.
That it was just like, even some of the, like, the campy, fourth wall breaking conversations that were happening at some of those, like, those meetings about video games and all this other stuff, and how they were having deep conversations of what the original Matrix was meant for. I was just like, bro, what the fuck? Why? But I was having those conversations. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I was just like, what? Wait a second, are they self-aware at this point? Why are they bringing up the Matrix and all this other stuff? And I was just like, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, I like the fact that this felt more like a fan, like a fan movie, a dedicated fan movie, but it was just like, this didn't need to be a movie. And then it also draws questions to, like, okay, if you had such high hopes, why was Unreal also pitching, in a way, a Matrix thing? Is it that they're working on
Unreal
a metaverse?
No, Unreal is only involved to show off Unreal 5.
Right, but then it's just like, why use Matrix?
Because it was a good
Partnered up.
It was a good opportunity for them.
Yeah. I had such high hopes. I really did. But at the same time, you know, it's not as bad as 3. And I can at least go back and just say, oh, yep, that was the end. That's how that ended.
Yeah.
It ended in a masterpiece with 1 and then it slowly just became a thought. Resident Evil Raccoon City is terrible too, bro.
I haven't
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
It's available for you guys to watch it. I put it on there.
I know, because it's out in theaters where
Yes,
people go watch
obviously.
movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, just pick up your ticket
I'm gonna
at
go ahead
at
and buy a
the
ticket
concession
right now.
stand that I
on my
paid
Xbox.
for, and
I'm
you
gonna
can
get a
just go
Fandango
watch it.
and buy an $80 movie ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So Cinderkin has been threatening that we're gonna watch it. It's like, and it's one of those things where it's like, do we have to? And he's like, of course. And I'm like, I hate.
you know,
Right.
So-
It's gonna be basically Joel dragging you to the theater again.
I might be hanging out with him tomorrow if I can get this cough under control. And if I do, he's gonna force us to watch that tomorrow. And I'm just like, God, I really don't want to watch that movie.
I need to finish the last Pirates movie before
I
I even
think
get into that.
yeah. I think Rage Pants told me about it, and he was just like, who are these characters and why are they so swapped? They're so different people here.
It's like I know the story of Resident Evil. I love the story. I'm like a lore nerd, and it's one of those things where it's like every time one of these movies come out, they destroy the story, and I go like,
Daddy
why?
won't play it.
Why?
What's? Is there any? Okay, Clay. Is there any Resident Evil that you will actually try and play? Any?
I played, if you remember, that garbage third-person shooter game with you,
The beta
I mean
multiplayer
the
shooter.
actual
Operation Raccoon
like,
City.
Hmm.
eh.
Remember? And then remember the game
Yeah.
bugged out, and I couldn't like beat the game with you.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like of the mainline games, not of the sides.
I've played 5.
You have?
That's
And
because
six.
that's because it was in the daylight.
Yeah, and co-op.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that
I-
makes
And you,
sense.
you
I
need
have
to see
played
Resident Evil
co-op.
multiple times, and and you don't, and you still won't play RE4.
No, RE4 is too spoopy, man. I can't play that.
It's spooky.
It's not that spooky.
I know. It's very spooky.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah. No, I have played co-op and beat 5 and 6 and all the DLC.
oh
at
I
least
don't know.
once do RE4.
No, man.
Nah, man.
Nah, man.
Senator, we need you in here.
All right. How about Dead Space? Will you play that?
Oh, well, I fucking won't even do that one.
I have played co-op and beat Dead Space 3
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
because 3 is a co-op game.
Yeah. I was 2, but played all of them.
Yo, Gensha, you are far more man than I am. There you go.
Amazing.
Are you happy? Are you happy? Is that what you wanted to hear?
Hold on.
Okay.
Can you say that again so you can use it as an NFT?
Oh yeah. Yo, Gensha, far more man than me. Week. NFT. Boom. You're rich. Oh.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. Thanks for coming this
Yep.
week, Yogensha, and everybody else, Dark and Umbras and all of y'all lovely faces.
Robert and Brian.
And I will refuse to
And
play Alien. No, thank you.
Brad,
What up, bruh?
Brad.
And BK. All right. But let's get out of here. Appreciate you coming this week. We'll
Yeah.
see you here next week for more shenanigans. And
If there's good game news.
Yeah. Otherwise, just talk to
Yeah.
us on the Discord if you haven't joined us there already. We're always
Or give
on
us
there.
some news. Who knows?
Yeah, bro. Like send
Look,
us
every now and
what you
then-
want us to talk about.
Every now and then somebody puts something in the gaming chat on Discord, which I'm on all the time. And it's like, and I'll be like, oh, cool. I'll bring that up. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I will
that
add
is-
that to the show notes right then.
That is our opportunity to bring the community in here and talk about the things that you're interested in. So
Yeah.
let's go on with that. See you on the Discord, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Hi, everyone.